Hello, 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 everybody. It's Cliff. I'm live again. Today is April 20th, Saturday, and I'm making sure I'm live here on Instagram as well. If you don't know me, I'm a serial entrepreneur, an executive MBA, and author of the Entrepreneur Power Up book, and the host of the Power Up book channel. This is my live show that I give advice to my community. I have a free community of entrepreneurs that I coach and mentor. And if you haven't heard of that or you're not in it, what are you doing? You should be in my community. That link will be in the description of this live video. So you just click on the link and request access, and I will grant it, and you will be in. And what I do in my community is teach people how to start online businesses that are low risk and low cost and be able to scale them and grow them and make multiple streams of what I like to call passive income. And I have a success doing that, and I've done this in the past and look forward to teaching others how to do it. So be sure to join up for that. This community has hit 300 members this week, so it's great. This is a great feeling. This is such a milestone. So thank you to everyone who's joined my community, and 300 strong already. So let's go, right? Next, it'll be 500, hopefully get up to 1,000 pretty soon at this rate. Look forward to keep continuing to grow this and seeing more people come in and want to learn about business. When I started my first company, if I'd had someone that I can talk to and just chat with or send messages to or read posts about, I would be absolutely blown away. I needed that. And so I've got this community and it's growing. But what's really interesting is that there's only a few people that are really active, and that's fine. I love that. My unhinged entrepreneurs, as we joked about this week. Shout out to Carolyn and Jenny, my unhinged entrepreneurs. I think people should come forth more, and I mean, I'm here. I am available to answer questions, and I'm here to help you out with your business. And why is everyone just sitting there? So you got to do something if you're going to get into business and start a business. At least start being active in the community, start asking questions, start learning. Don't just join and sit there. I need to hear from all of you. It helps me a lot because I enjoy helping you, but it also gives me good content to talk about on these lives. It gives me content to make videos about. Without hearing from all of you, I don't know as much about what you need right now. So I need to hear from you. I need to know what you need. You need to help me help you. You need to tell me what it is that you want to know, and I will be glad to do the best I can to get you that information. Okay, so let's get into the topics I'm going to be covering today. But if you're watching live, please leave a comment or put up a comment on the video live, and I'm happy to answer any questions live as well and interrupt my topics that I'm going to cover anyways. That's the purpose of this as well, is to interact with people live, and the more people are interacting with me live, the more fun I have, and then you can get questions answered immediately because this is Ask an Entrepreneur Live, Ask an MBA Live, right? Okay, so I had one question that I'm going to start with, and that question is how to have your business stand out. How do you make your business stand out from other businesses? And this is a really good question. And I have a few answers on how to do this. Now, when we have a business, the point of this is that when you have your own business, you can certainly make posts and create content to make your business stand out. But that actually really isn't, in my opinion, the best way your business is going to stand out, because people can create beautiful designs and beautiful pictures and wonderful videos and put those out on social media. And at the same time, the common story is that, well, I'm doing all this work and nothing's working, and it's just crickets, right? I'm not getting enough likes. I'm not getting enough followers. So here's the secret. It's really not going to be a secret anymore because I'm just going to tell you about it right now. How to have your business stand out is actually not going to depend necessarily on yourself. It's going to depend on a multiple amount of people. And the first group of people it's going to depend on is your customers. Okay. And so how to break this down is that when you provide a product or service, you need to encourage your customers to share their experience with your product or service. You can send them a follow, you can have an automated email sent to them, or just do it manually where you follow up with them personally and say, how's it going? Just want to make sure you're happy. And if you are happy with your product, we'd love, or your service, we'd love to review, or we would love for you to take a picture of yourself with our product, or just something that they're creating. Because what happens is that when you turn your community into content creators for you, your customers particularly, then that is content that you can then repurpose and use on your social media. And then your business becomes about your customers, because everyone every day sees what, look at my product, features and benefits, look at my product, buy my product. We're all just exhausted from that. And so what sticks out is when, hey, this person's really happy, this person got their goal accomplished, this person got something that they're really happy with, and that does get people's attention. So your customers need to be the ones to spread the word about your company. They need to be the ones to tell the world that they're very happy with your product, and you can encourage them to do that. So that's one thing. The other thing is, maybe they're not a customer, but maybe they're just a follower of your brand or just a follower of your company. Those people as well are really important. So you can get them to engage as well. If they make any comments, you can get back to them immediately, or just find ways to be creative in interacting with your followers. If they post something that you think is really unique and fun, why not feature that post with your comment on it? Or maybe a stitch of a video where they record something and then you record something as a response afterwards. Hey, Carolyn, you made it a spam time. You gonna spam my comments? Go for it. Bring it on. You missed my shout out earlier for you, by the way, but there you go. Another shout out for you. Anyhow, back to followers. You want to get your followers engaged and use their content to get more followers engaged as well. The next group of people that you're going to want to get involved to help your brand stand out are ambassadors. And these are people that use your product. They love your product, and possibly they have an affiliate contract with your product where you give them some money for each referral that they send in. These are the real hardcore people that are going to help promote your business. You want to try to get that set up. Hey, Jenny. Welcome, Jenny. Wow, you're live. Thank you, both of you, for being here. I really appreciate that. Yeah, you want to get your ambassadors involved and make your social media about your ambassadors. So to give you an example of how I did that is with my first company, I had a team of people that were ambassadors for my product, and they referred people to my company to buy products. So what I did is I watched what these people did, whatever they were on YouTube, whatever they were on Twitch streaming, whatever thing they were working on, if they were doing something for charity, if they're doing something that was part of something really, anything just noteworthy that was cool. I watched their social media and I would share what they're doing and then promote it to my business's following. And then what would happen is when I create that, they would then take that post and then reshare my post about them to their community, and then their community would reshare that post as well to their followers. And all of a sudden, your business name, your business brand has gone viral because you're being shared by multiple people, because you just created a post about your ambassador, or a post about your follower, or a post about your customer. So you have to leverage that power of other people to get the word out there about what you're doing, even if it's not something that's really a big deal. If someone's doing a YouTube live video like I'm doing right now, and they broadcasted out that they're doing a live on a weekend, or they're going live at that moment, that's something where you're going to want to that's something where you're going to want to capture and make sure you share with everyone. Let's begin the unhingedness. Is that a word? Yes, it is about creating hype and interest. And you're creating hype and interest about your brand and about what you're doing, because these other companies, these larger companies, they can't move as fast as we can. They're run by people that work 8 to 5, right? And then they go home. We, on the other hand, with a small company and a small brand, we can do things anytime. And sometimes when you're interacting with someone who's online late at night, and you're able to share that with your community and build it with their community, you have a real advantage over the big companies. People want connection. They want emotional connection. They want to be connected to people and brands and things that are something unique and small that's part of them, right? I'm not going to be uh I'm not going to have an emotional connection probably to Coca-Cola or whatever big brand, right? I mean, that's just they paint with broad strokes, right? And that's I'd rather get to know people personally, and that's what I enjoy the most. So people are looking for that. You can use other companies as well to have your business stand out. This is another feature. So, for example, if you have a business, and I mean company, I don't mean like a big company, really, but if it's a small company or small business or someone else who is running a startup and you both are really trying to get your brand off the ground, you can feature things that they're doing and they will reciprocate, especially if you're not in competition with each other. And you can start to build a lot of just unofficial partnerships with a lot of these other people that are starting their own businesses and trying to make it themselves, right? And get followers and get attention and differentiate their brands as well. There's a lot of leverage when you start joining together and creating social media posts and tagging each other back and forth and really having some fun with it. This happened actually again with my first company when I was really working hard on this. There was a beef jerky company with a dog mascot, and the dog tweeted all these things out, and people just loved the dog tweeting. And one night, I got into the discussion about and it was just kind of a fun back and forth that we were having an online Twitter party or something just weird like that. But the point was is that then the dog featured me and the dog. It was obviously a person, but tweeting as the dog, the CEO of that company. But it was a real fun back and forth, being added in with other companies into this kind of like all these owners of companies trying to kind of tweet each other back and forth and having some fun with what was going on that night. So, are the real people? Sometimes you have to come through the emergency exit. Carol, I don't really know what that means. What does it mean to come through to come through the emergency exit? Maybe I don't know if I want to know what that means. um you have to find another way to get in, maybe. Yeah, the back door, I guess. I don't know. Um you have to be creative, right? You're gonna make me laugh, and I'm gonna completely derail here and lose track of what I'm talking about here. All right. I'm going to get back on topic here. So that's the point. The point of everything I'm saying here is to make your business stand out. Is other people are going to make your business stand out, not you trying to do things just by yourself. Okay? It's through leveraging your relationships and the power of other people. Okay? So yeah, you want to work with those other companies to help them out. And that's it for that topic there. Ways to stand out. Yes, you got to kick that door in. Well, I prefer to be nicer and maybe be invited in versus kicking a door in. But I see what you're saying. Good A plus for aggression there, right? For spirit, for energy. All right. So I had a question from Jenny on how to scale your business. And this is actually really important because when you create your business and you start planning out what you want to do, I personally do not like to coach people to start businesses where you're going to do something that is contingent upon your labor. Okay, if that makes any sense. So, for example, one of my students, she created a jewelry business, she's making her own jewelry, and that's really cool. That's her passion. But what happened is that then she started doing Facebook lives and making a lot of sales, and that's great too. But she was limited to making most of her sales. She had to do a Facebook live. That's my point. She had a hard time scaling because one, she had to do a lot of Facebook lives to get the sales. Two, she had to build the jewelry herself. Three, she had to pack it herself. And I warned her that as her business grew, she was not going to be able to keep up. And certainly that is what happened with her. Let's see here. Carolyn, you're saying some of us don't have the opportunity to meet CEOs. You speak to anyone, even the janitor, and you can have the opportunity in the most mundane places. Yes, absolutely. You never know when you're going to meet someone who's going to be someone powerful. And years ago, someone told me, just kind of as a sidebar here, someone told me that, uh, you know, it's going to take more than that, that it's not about, one person. And I told that person, no, it is. All it takes is one person for your business to have an opportunity that you never imagined before. And I talk about several incidents of that in my book. When I was starting my first company and trying to get it off the ground, I met one person that was just random at a convention. I invited her back to my booth the next day because I sent a tweet out to her. She came back. She turned out to be a MVP for Sony PlayStation. And that was really cool. And then we talked, and then she left. And then she came back with the entire Sony MVP team, with the person that's in charge of the Sony MVP team at PlayStation. So I made a really cool connection with Sony PlayStation because of that conversation with that one person. And it led to other opportunities to work with Sony as time went on. And it was a really cool way to differentiate my brand and have kind of an unofficial partnership with them. So you're right. It's who you talk to. And if you treat everyone with respect and find ways to help them, then you never know who those people know and who they're going to bring back to you. This woman felt compelled to bring back a bunch of people to my booth that were really important, and that just blew me away. So you never know. But getting back to how to scale, if you're gonna freelance or start something on your own, that's fine. And so for some people who don't know what they want to do as far as passion or as far as starting a business, a lot of people say, well, I'm good at this. I can make videos or edit videos. I can write copy or whatever it is that you can do that can help other businesses. That's fine. You can start a freelancing business. But at some point, you're going to want to learn how to scale the freelancing business if you're going to get into that. So I'll give you an example. So when uh, I'm on Fiverr, I had a gig on Fiverr where I was creating Amazon product videos, and it was so successful that I had to shut the gig down on holidays because the demand was too high, and I just didn't want to work. And I was making $250 with 2 hours of work, right? So it was $120, $125 an hour is what I was making doing that. And ultimately, I wanted to scale that and kind of create my own agency of my own people that I would get the business, right? And because I had the really successful gig, and then I would farm out the business to a bunch of people that can film the product and create little 1 minute product videos like I was doing for Amazon products. And so I thought this will be great. I'll get the orders, I'll send them out, and I'll just take a cut of that, but I won't be doing all that work. And so that, for example, is a way to scale, is to keep finding people to do that work for you, outsource it, and then you become kind of an agency owner. So that is the path. If you're going to freelance, you've got to get out of that one-to-one time money ratio. But from in my story, I ultimately could not find anyone that I really liked enough to work with. So um, sorry, my dog is barking. I could not find anyone to work with that I wanted to work with in order to scale that part. So ultimately, I've moved on to other things. But that's just to give me an example of how to scale if you're going to freelance. But you do want to use automated business processes, things that are, for example, if you can have anything done for you automatically, whether it's emails to customers, thank you emails, here's your purchase order, here's your receipt for your business, here's your tracking number for your shipment of the product, all that stuff, whatever you can automate, you're gonna want to do that. Okay. So you also want to have, yeah, that was audience sound effect. No, I don't have the that's not real fun audience feedback, is it, to have a dog going crazy and barking? Anyhow, if you're going to have online, you want to use online digital products and courses. So I talk about this in my video, in one of my videos about, actually, it's my first live video I did. I talk about this concept that you've got to get out of the one-to-one work ratio, money ratio. In other words, right, there's a linear curve of like how much work you put in and then how much money you make, right? And so you want to get out of that, because then what you want is you want things to make money and sell for you while you're not working, right? You want to wake up in the morning and have orders come in and money in your account. That's what I consider to be passive income, right? You have escaped this linear curve of, I'm going to do this much work, but I only have 24 hours a day and so much energy, right? And then you just get stuck on that curve and you get capped, you can't make more money, right? So you want to get out of that curve into an exponential curve where you're making more money than time you're putting in. And so that's how you want to set up your business. So online digital products, digital courses, selling a membership fee each month for your community. These are all good ways of making money that you can scale infinitely, right? And not have to require more of your time and effort and energy and lose sleep and that kind of stuff. This is how we want to set things up. This is what we're going for. Okay. So I would avoid selling physical items where you have to create and put something together. Now, look, if your passion is building jewelry, right? Or creating artwork or something and selling on Etsy. That's great. I don't want to take that away from you. But just understand that you're going to hit a scaling problem when you're the one who's creating the artwork, when you're the one who's putting the jewelry together. Unless you hire some kind of mass manufacturing or hire people to package everything up for you, you're going to hit some problem when you're fulfilling like 10 orders a day, 100 orders a week, 100 orders a day even, right? You're just going to get overwhelmed, and that's when businesses die and implode, right? So that's why it's important to establish relationship, include your customers, community, and coworkers. Yes, really. I tell my kids I'm in the relationship business, Carolyn. I'm in the relationship business, and everything I do in my life is all about relationships. It's all about how you interact with people, no matter what you do. Absolutely. So, anyhow, back to my topic. Avoid selling physical items out of your home if you can. I'm a bigger fan of digital things and things that people can purchase while you're sleeping and get that value. Okay. I would avoid one-on-one coaching unless you're highly paid and the demand would be lower that way. So, for example, there are high ticket group coaching classes, one-on-one coaching. I have a one-on-one coaching gig on Fiverr, and it's $100 an hour, so the demand isn't really high for that, but then my time is precious, and that's fine because then I'm not spending too much time working for hitting that limit, right, where I'm not making enough money. So if you're going to do one-on-one coaching and stuff, you definitely want that to be um, more of something that's going to be high ticket or that's going to be worth more money, because the idea is that your digital stuff is the lower cost stuff. It's either free or it's going to be low cost, right? And then as you get up to coaching, individual coaching, your price is going to be higher because you don't want to get on that flat curve where it's not going to be worth your time and money, right? Why did I almost give you a heart attack, Carolyn? I don't understand why. I'm sorry if I almost gave you a heart attack, but I'll try to do better. Um, okay, so you want to avoid too much one-on-one work. That's really the point. One-to-one money work time ratio. You got to get out of that and find ways to scale that. Okay, so the last portion of this live, unless anyone has more questions, I'm going to keep going here. This is my last topic. And I'm getting a lot of people in the community that just are still not knowing exactly what they want to do. And these are steps to start your business for free. Okay, so this is something that is low risk, no cost ways for people to start business. Now, I have to say, it's going to, telling my kids about relationship, then explain more after. Oh, that daddy's in the relationship business, the people business. I I don't know. I don't know how that gave you a heart attack, but it must have just maybe it came across weird. Anyhow, I want to get back to steps to start your business for free. Okay. Uh, this is just going to walk you through a few steps here and just to give people an idea, some inspiration on how you can do this if you're willing to do this. Okay. So the first thing is oh, you're welcome, Jenny. Glad to answer your questions. Thank you. I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to do this successfully this time. Last time I didn't do it successfully, and it was kind of embarrassing. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. And this is the first step that I want people to see. Okay. All right. So I'm going to givemebusinessideas.com. This is my website. And this is a free AI tool that I created to help people figure out what business they want to do. There's so many people that they don't know what they want to do. They just hate their job and they really want an idea or an inspiration to do something else. So I created this tool to help people, right? So for example, I'm going to put in passion here. Let's say, I don't know, traveling. Okay. And what are your skills? I guess we could say creating video, maybe blogging. Let's see what the AI says here on what business ideas there are going to be. So I'm going to click submit. It's going to work its magic here. This is the first step. For if you don't know what you want to do and you're part of my community, this is a great tool to play around with anytime. Just throw different things into it and just see what kind of ideas you get. So I'm not going to read through every word here, but it's got travel vlogging, virtual tour guide, and it gives you statistics according to reports and stuff on why this is a viable business idea. So the AI is not just giving you ideas, it's looking for reasons why this is a good idea and why there's an existing business need for this, right? Travel planning service, that's definitely a niche, and virtual tour guide. And then it gives you some steps here on what you can do to actually get started on these types of things. So I'll stop sharing my screen here. We'll go back here. Remove that. Okay, so we're back to my screen here. So that's the first thing you do is once you have your business idea and you've got an idea what you want to do and you get inspiration from like this, then you need to think up your brand name, right? And sometimes that can take a lot of time. So think of your brand name. Once you've picked a brand name, and I would just choose something easy for people to remember, catchy. That's good. That might be the hardest step for a lot of people, right? There are websites that give random name generators and stuff like that. So you could get help from AI or websites that will spew out business names for you if that helps. But you want to have a brand name, and then you can design your own free logo on Canva. Canva has a free plan on their website. So you can go use Canva for free and just create a logo, or you can go to a website that creates logos for you. Again, just keep things simple and slick looking and clean. So good business name, a good logo. And then what you want to do then is reserve a Gmail for your business name. Okay. You want to keep everything business related on a free Gmail account. That way, all your bills, all your sign-ins for your tools, AI tools for your social media, everything goes onto that Gmail. So you have a Gmail for all your behind the scenes business stuff. This isn't the front facing email per se. Your social media will take care of that. But this is the behind the scenes email. Okay. Then you want to reserve your social media on that Gmail and reserve it with your brand name. And then you want a landing page, and there's a website called zap.io, for example. It's just basically a landing page where you can put just different things on there. So that way you really don't need to buy a domain or create a website at this point. Again, I'm trying to keep things free. So if you want to start out free, just create your brand name on Zap, that's ZAAP.io. You can just look that up and create a landing page there and put your landing page on your social media. And then with your landing page, you can kind of build a little bit of a landing page and a funnel there and where you want people to go, right, to check things out that you're selling or whatnot, right? Then you want to write down your value proposition. What is it that your business is doing and what value are you going to bring to people? Kind of know what your mission statement is. Know what value you're bringing to people and how you're going to help them. And always keep that in mind that if you know what your value is and you know who your customer is and who you're trying to help, then you'll never have a hard time trying to think up content or typing in something to get some ideas from ChatGPT, which is actually my next next part of this plan. Is you want to keep a tab of ideas, brainstorming thoughts, resources, any links to any articles or websites and tools that you find helpful. You can use Google Keep or your Apple Notes on your phone and just kind of keep a running tab of brainstorm ideas, right? And I just call the file like my brand name brainstorm. And I just like to keep all my stuff there and just rummage through it when I feel like I want to go back to something that I thought of before. You want to stay active in a community like mine, right? And get support from other people. Get your questions answered. Other people, if you're in a community, will generally like to help you and will give you ideas for websites and tools that you never knew existed. So I get a lot of that actually on Reddit when I do a lot of I have a lot of conversations there, and I get a lot of ideas from people on different things to go check things out. So I learn a lot from people that way. Then you want to begin learning to create content for your social media, and you can use free smartphone apps like CapCut to create videos. That's free. You can use Canva for free for your graphics. Use your smartphone for everything. Don't try to sit there and do everything on your laptop. I really advise running your business on your smartphone. And you want to visit other competitive accounts, observe, learn, contribute to the discussions of the people there. So know who your competitors are and what, industry and business that you're trying to break into. That will give you a lot of inspiration, and also will get you followers if you're helping people out and really contributing. Because again, these other websites, they may not be as active, or these other communities, these other influencers may not be as active as you are. And if you're the one there who's really getting the attention and helping people out, that will bring people to your brand. You'll start to build a following that way. Leverage free AI apps to speed things up. So I have a playlist on my YouTube channel on AI tools, and I found a bunch that are free, and they have a free plan, and you can just use them to make your posting on social media extremely fast, and save you a lot of time. So you want to be able to do that, because you do need to create content. And let's see here, bring value to your followers. So there's three things people look for on social media. They want education, they want inspiration, or they want entertainment. It's going to be one of those three things. Now, if you combine them, that's even better. But what works on social media is the $1,000,000 question. It's always changing. And so I'm not going to tell you that you got to do this one thing or use this one hashtag or whatever it is. There's a lot of gurus out there that are teaching those kind of things. Oh, you want to grow Instagram in 2024? You can buy my course. Okay, there's those people out there doing that. But the bottom line for social media is, again, making it about your followers, making it about your community, using them as the sources for your posting and everything. But also, when you create your own content, it has to be educational or inspirational or entertaining. If it doesn't get a reaction, if people just don't do anything, then maybe it's time to pivot. So you need to measure things carefully. And when you create an Instagram account and a Facebook account, make them professional, make them business accounts. It's free. Pinterest, you can create a free Pinterest business account. That gives you access to analytics. Every post you make, you want to watch kind of overall what's going on. In Metrocool is a free app as well. Metrocool you can put on your phone and post to multiple platforms at once. And Metrocool also has a way for you to look at your statistics and see what's working and what isn't working. So it's just constant measuring, testing, finding what works. And this isn't easy. If it were easy, everyone would do it and be successful. I mean, this takes work. That's why I tell people to base their businesses around their passion. Because if you enjoy the topic and you're passionate about it, this will give you the drive to work on this and take some interest in this, because this is not easy, and most people give up. After like a month, they're like, I'm going to start this. I'm going to go. I'm going to go full speed. And then they're just gone and they're off to the next shiny object. Don't be that person. This is a marathon. It's beyond a marathon. It's a super Ironman triathlon. It's like a mega triathlon. You're going to be working at this a little bit each day, and you want to have fun with it and enjoy it, and not just have this be this whole stressful thing for you. And but you got to use tools and shortcuts, and just be smart about what you're doing. Don't waste your time posting things. I have a friend that was posting stuff. She's growing her brand, and she's not getting any engagement, and she was crying because she wasn't getting any engagement on her Instagram. And we had some discussions about, what she wants to show people and what people want to see. And there's a discrepancy between what she wanted to show and what people were responding to. We have to be careful not to fall into that trap. Okay. There's what we think people want to see, and then there's what people really react to and want to see. And we really need to pay close attention to that, because what is it on social media that's going to get people to stop what they're doing and look at what you are doing or what you're featuring? And that's really where it's at, right? What's going to stop the scroll? You have to break through. We call this the attention economy, right? We can create a business for free. We can create brands for free, and we can monetize those things, but we have to be good at getting people's attention. I'm still working on that myself. And if I knew what worked for everybody, I would tell you right now, but I'm learning as well. And it's a journey that I'm on. Again, I've had some success in the past with my first company, and I'm using a lot of those concepts, and I teach a lot of those concepts. But again, everything's always changing, and what people want and what people are responding to is always changing. So here's the point. You've got to get on and do something. Okay. First of all, you can't just sit and talk about it, but then you've got to experiment and see what it's going to take for people to stop scrolling and to pay attention to what you're doing. What value are you going to add to them, right? To get attention on your brand. So anything more personal. So with this person, just to finish this story with my friend, what we did is we did a little experiment, and I filmed stopped shouting you out. I will not stop shouting you out, Carolyn. I see what you're doing there. Fake it till you make it. Celebrities seem to be the tool even for the dumbest stuff. Yeah. Um, Yes, it's the AI boom of using their likeness and voice. Yeah, I mean, celebrities have a built-in following, right? So, and what do? They do behind the scenes stuff. I'm a celebrity. Here's me shopping. Here's me drinking my coffee, right? Whatever mundane things they're doing, people just love to see that. And it's not just celebrities. I really believe that if you do that in your life and you're open and sharing things, people start to build an interest in your brand and what you're doing. So with my friend, to give you an example for my friend, she just wasn't getting any traction on a lot of the posts she was making. She had posts scheduled out for almost a year, I think, on Instagram. I said, let's do a cameo right now, just of you. Let's do a little reel. And I edited a reel of her laughing, um, and saying something outlandish. And then we put that up on her reel for Instagram and to the Facebook. And she got thousands of views that day. Okay. And she got likes. And so hopefully, it was kind of a learning experience for her that she saw that, wow, you're doing something that is, I don't want to say shocking, but it's jarring. It got people's attention, right? It was a 9-second video of her laughing and saying something outlandish after she was laughing, and it was entertaining and it stopped people. So that's my point, is you have to take risks, you have to try things. Yes, you meant celebrity advertising brands. Yeah, well, when you have, as you grow your business and you grow your channel on YouTube and grow your Instagram, you actually will be approached by companies that will pay you to represent their products. And you don't have to be Kylie Jenner or someone really famous. You can actually check a box on Instagram that lets businesses know that you're open to promotion for their products, and they can contact you if they feel you're a good fit. And that's what happens a lot of the time. So there are ways to, that's another way to monetize your brand as you grow your social media. And then, does it cost you any money? No, that's the point. That's why I'm talking about this whole section of free stuff. So and doing it in a manner that doesn't cost you money. It just costs you time and effort. Now, for some people, well, that time is money. I get that, but you're not paying for subscriptions. You're not getting your credit card out to join certain things, or paying for AI tools, or purchasing software, purchasing hardware, or all these expensive business costs that normally people associate with starting a business. You can start something like this right now just based on your passion and your skill set. That's my point. That's what I teach in my community, is to find a way to do something like that that isn't going to cost you money, but it will cost you time and effort. And that's okay, because how much time do we spend a day maybe watching Netflix or watching TV or playing video games, or just doing things that are fun for ourselves? And that's fine. It's okay to keep doing those things, but we're going to exchange a little bit of that time to build our business, right? So that's it from my show. If anyone has anything else to ask or offer, I'll just hang out for just a quick second here before I close everything up. But I want to thank you all for watching today and being here. It makes it so much more fun for me. That way I don't feel like I'm in the band that's playing the show for the bartender. Back in the day when I was in a rock band, that we used to have shows like that. Yes, thank you. That's right. Don't forget to join my free community on Skool. The link is in the description of this video, and it's free mentorship by myself. And if you want to start your own Skool community, I will have a link below that, where you can create your own community based on your passion and start to gather your own following in your community, which will open up the doors to all kinds of ways to make money. And I'm talking big money, like $10,000 a month kind of money. These are things I'm working on right now. I've had a little bit of success with that, and I'm going to continue growing on that. So I'm on that journey. Right? Pictures, or it didn't happen, rock band. Okay. All right, fine. I will go to the community and I will post a few pictures of my rock band days. You're going to find it pretty funny. But yeah, we used to play for our wives and the bartender and the doorman sometimes on a Tuesday night, right? And we thought we were a big deal. Anyhow, thank you so much, everybody, and have a great rest of your weekend. And keep, as I always say, keep powering up. Bye now.